how a person has to make sure that he knows the seriousness of Avodat Hashem, and he has to know what's what. And the first step is Torah study. And the person has to know that you can't just like by a doctor, you can't just figure it on the way. It has serious ramifications. So too with your service of Hashem, it has serious ramifications. You can't just figure it on the way. You have to know your stuff. So the commercial that they showed in Uzbekistan when someone told me that there was a guy growing up in a grade school. He wasn't behaving, he wasn't participating, he was going to fail the class. And he bribed the teacher, he gave him a convert. He goes to high school, he does the same thing. He goes sweet talks the teacher, he convinces him to pass him through the class. He reaches college, he reaches medical school, and when he goes and does the same thing, he just bribes the teachers and they pass him. Eventually he goes to the hospital, he's working as a doctor already, he cheated his way through school, until finally they bring him the body, and then you see the guy's like, he's code bluing, whatever it is, he's dying. They bring him to the operating room, they say, doctor, you gotta help us, you gotta save us, fix the guy. They cut him open, they see there's a lot of internal bleeding, you see the blood is squirting out of the guy, and the nurses are like, about to faint, they're so nervous. They tell the doctor, help us, what do we do? And he stands there holding his scalpel, and he says, I have no idea what to do. I have no idea what to do. And therefore what? And then afterwards you see, beep, beep, beep. He died on the table. And they all were like, what is this? And then the commercial shows, don't cheat, because then people die. You understand? So a person can say, okay, so I'll cheat. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll fake it. I'll go all the way through. Eventually you hit a place where the ramifications and the risks run so high, you cannot make a mistake. You cannot go and fake it. You cannot go and baloney your way through anymore. You're going to be serious consequences. And therefore, a person has to know the same thing with your neshama. Okay, so I'll fake it. I'll try my best. I'll be religious the way I know. Okay, that's good in the beginning, but a person can't stay that forever. Eventually, you hit consequences, risks, situations where you need to know what you're doing. You need to know what's right, what's wrong. You need to have a conviction due to the Torah learning you did, and you're only going to get that if you do Torah learning. Therefore, the first step is Torah mivya l'idei zehirut. Torah study brings towards vigilance. So therefore, he says there's many different levels of inspiration in regards to being vigilant from the sins and connecting to mitzvot, staying away from averot, and therefore this is what he's going to go through the different levels. So therefore, he says that the shlemut, for a person to get a clear understanding, to get spiritual perfection, he says, nothing else, because a person, he does his business right, he does his taking care of his kids 100% right, he works on his friends. When he makes a party for them, he wants to do it right, he wants to do it 100%. People for the yoshvo, people for the weddings, they say, I want the best, I want to do it nice. He builds his house, he says, I want the best, I'm going to go and kill myself and spend money I don't have to make it the best. How much more so a person should do for HaKadosh Baruch Hu the best? There is a saying by the youngsters today, do it for the gram, do it for the Instagram. Do it. You don't want to do it, but do it for the Instagram. You should realize you should do it for your Creator. If you care so much for other people, how much more so you should care about HaKadosh Baruch Hu? And therefore a person should realize that your Avodat Hashem, you shouldn't be lax with it, you should try to do the best. Doing the best means not trying the hardest. It means trying the hardest to make time for Torah study, to give you the clarity, to give you the conviction, to give you the idea of know what you're doing, know what's right, know what's